It's that time of year again. Yes, the orders are rolling in, the inbox is buzzing, and your to-do list, it looks longer than Santa's nice list. But if you're a product-based mompreneur, you know that the holidays can feel like a blessing and a blur. Between managing sales, fulfilling orders, and trying to keep your home looking like a Hallmark movie, it's a lot. It really is. So, how do you keep your peace, protect your profits, and still enjoy your family while business booms? We'll talk about that when we return. Hello, and welcome back to the Making of a Mompreneur Show, where faith meets freedom and motherhood meets marketing. Yes, I am your host, Rasheeda Green. I am the founder and CEO of Get Coaching, the host of the Mompreneur HQ community, and the creator of the Digimompreneur Academy, where we help moms who are determined to find time, money, and location freedom to start, grow, and scale their online business so that they can build the business of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. And we do that through coaching, content, community, and through the Digimompreneur Academy. If you are joining us live, make sure that you put hashtag live and tell us where you're tuning in from so that we know the reach of the Mompreneur HQ community. And if you're watching the replay, you most certainly can do a hashtag replay and do the same, all right? And if you haven't already, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share our community in this show. Because if you share it and we see that there's interest, then we know what type of shows that we should recreate in the future. Help us out. Why don't you? Why don't you? All right. And today we're talking about Slay the Season, managing the holiday rush like a mompreneur boss. Today, I'm going to give you a realistic game plan for surviving and thriving during the holiday rush. We're going to talk about a few couple of things here. Streamlining your operations because that is necessary, elevating your customer experience because that is necessary, and protecting your peace and your profits through it all because that is necessary. This season isn't just about sales, it's really about stewardship. And stewardship is how you manage what you have. So let's get started with Streamline to Shine. If you haven't already gotten your pen, paper, or digital device together, make sure you get that because you're going to need to take down some notes. And if you feel inclined, go ahead and put a hashtag nugget in the comments with what it is that you learned throughout this episode. So we're talking about Streamline to Shine. We want you to simplify your systems before it gets crazy. Okay. The first key to managing the holiday rush is simplifying everything that you can before things get too out of hand. So, when I say that, I want you to start with the things that you can easily control. One of those is to lock in your order cutoff date. Now, you can clearly communicate your final order dates for delivery by Christmas or year end, whichever is the deadline. For example, order by December 12th for guaranteed Christmas delivery, and you want to post it everywhere, your website, banner, product pages, email footer, social media stories, wherever, because this will then reduce confusion and customer messages. Your inbox would be flooded if you don't tell people when the cutoff is, because guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna ask, when is the cutoff? Will I get this by Christmas? Will this be delivered in time? They're going to start sending you those questions. If they're really pressed for your product, they want to know that this person is going to, the recipient is going to receive it in time for the holidays. Okay. And when we're saying locking your order cutoff dates, you have to make sure that you consider the vendor that you're using. If you're doing handcrafted items, then you can control that. USPS also has time frames, just as UPS and everyone else. So make sure that you're keeping in mind your vendor delivery dates. Now, there's been a lot of things going on. We're talking about tariffs and different fines and fees and length of time that products are being mailed, depending on which country they're being shipped from. So you want to take all of that into consideration when you lock in your order cutoff dates. Okay. That's something that you can do ASAP. You do not have to wait till Christmas or Thanksgiving or Black Friday. You can go ahead and establish that early on so that you can minimize the number of customer inquiries that you receive. All right, so then we're going to batch your work. Instead of working reactively, schedule batch days. Now, reactively is, oh my gosh, it's Thanksgiving, it's Black Friday. I didn't put anything out there yet. Or I have to hurry up and put something together, or throw something together, and send an email, or do whatever that is. You're going to do a marketing campaign. Marketing campaign is usually not just one post, right? There's usually a series of social media posts, emails, or whatever else is needed, right? So what you should do is look at batching your days for that particular content or project. So you get these orders in the mail, for instance. Let's start with an example would be Mondays. You use that to do your packaging and your shipping. Tuesdays, you want to restock and do your content creation. Wednesdays, let's try some marketing techniques and customer service follow-ups. Whoever's been reaching out to me, let me get back in touch with them. If you can batch those things, that'll help your mind a little, maintain your peace a little longer. Because if you, as you're getting the orders, depending on what your turnaround time frame is, you're going to constantly be moving day in, day out, doing repetitive steps, but not in a productive manner where you'd be able to if you batch them, you can get more done. So I'm going to do certain things, certain days that keep on track with my orders and things like that. And this really does batching your work really does help you to work more efficiently and not in this endless cycle of work, 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 work. Every order that comes in, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it. That's why you make your order days. You buffer in the time that you would need, whether that be to do your batch working or not. You put in that time. So now, if you can handle a 24-hour turnaround, then rock on, sis, rock on. But you may not want to put that type of pressure on you if you don't have the time or capacity. Okay. If you can, knock it out. And you will probably get all these 5 stars for being so speedy with your turnaround time that people are going to love you and come back. And that very well may be the case if you can do a 24-hour turnaround on somebody's order. All right, but we don't want to get you stressed out about that. So we're saying batch your work the best you can. Next, we want to automate whatever you can. Now, we talked about social media and how those emails need to go out. Well, you can schedule your social media posts for the next 2 to 3 weeks. You can use that using Canva, Planoly, even Meta Business Suite. You have the option to automate what you can as far as your social media posts to get those out. You can also create pre-written responses for your FAQs like shipping times and or digital delivery instructions. These are things we mentioned earlier about being able to set up your cutoffs. If you put that in FAQs, you save yourself some inquiries in your inbox, okay? Another thing you can do is use templates for order confirmations and thank you emails. If you have one already, great. Just go ahead and use those templates, fill in the blanks where necessary, or have it auto populate if you can. These are things that are automatically sent out without you having to do a lot of work. You attach it to the purchase vendor that you use, whether it's Stripe, Shopify, Etsy, they all allow you to send a message upon confirmation of purchase. So you can automate those things so that it's done automatically without you having to do something special. Now, another opportunity for you to streamline, to shine, is to delegate or outsource. Now, this can be very interesting, to say the least, right? Because it's holiday season and you really may need the help, but you might feel like you don't need the headache. Right now, I have to train somebody to do the job that I need to get done. Guess what? It is mind over matter. And it's really about what's going to give you the best bang for your buck. And is the juice worth the squeeze? I've learned that term. And so is the juice worth the squeeze? If you're going to get the help, is it going to be the type of help that you need? Is it going to be profitable for you to get that help? And depending on what it is that you're looking to do, I can tell you that it can be profitable for you to get someone else to do something while you do something else more meaningful in your business. So one of the things, like I mentioned, is you can hire some temporary help, even if it's for a few hours a week for packaging, social posting, or email support. Hey, you can even hire your kids, right? You can enlist your kids for labeling the packages as they go out, or your spouse to make the post office run so that you don't have to run to the post office. It can be a family hustle with a purpose, right? Y'all all gonna get paid in the end and support each other while you're doing it. So listen, efficiency is the bridge between chaos and calm. And the more you automate and stream and organize, the more room you create for creativity, joy, and peace. That's why we suggest that you streamline to shine. So if you need to, one of the things I would say is maybe create a holiday task map. Now, this might be something where you just write down everything that must be done this month in order to get your products out in time for, say, Black Friday. Then highlight what can be batched, what can be automated, and what could be delegated. Did you notice that's what we talked about when we talked about our 3 points? Batching, automating, and delegating. Once you do that, now you have a roadmap on how you want to tackle tasks for the holidays. All right. I hope that you got some nuggets out of that. Streamline to shine. Make sure you put hashtag nuggets if you want to share with us what you learned out of this first segment of our Making of a Mompreneur show. Next, we want to do elevate the customer experience. You want to wow them without wearing yourself out. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about is your customer. Because while they may forget a coupon code, they'll never forget how you made them feel. So I want you to think about how you can add a personal touch that doesn't drain you. So adding a personal touch for a coaching session is not really what I'm talking about here. Why? Because a coaching session requires booking a time and actually doing some additional work, either to investigate, research the client, potential client, and get on a call and actually coach them through whatever the situation is. So that's a little too much as far as looking to wow your customer. But when they make a purchase, how about include a festive thank you card or a special sticker with each order? Use short, sweet messages like, thanks for supporting my small business this season. Your purchase means more than that's something that is quick and easy to do. Again, if it's depending on the vendor that you're using, it's an automated thank you message. If it's someone who signed up on your email list, it's an automated thank you email. So these things can be done quite simply if you want to do that. Another thing is you can print these thank yous in bulk or order them affordably through Canva or Vistaprint, right? So these are things you can do with minimal cost and very minimal personal effort. Okay. So we want to make sure that we consider adding a personal touch to that doesn't really pull much effort out of you. Another thing you could probably do is offer holiday ready packaging. So you might have a product that just, let's go with a physical product like a mug. You have a mug. Let me tell you how a little sparkle goes a long way. With that mug, you can add some special tissue paper, maybe even a ribbon on the bag or a branded thank you letters, labels, things like that to give it some extra pizzazz. The crinkle paper might even match what you have in for the product. And if you're a digital seller, how about create festive cover graphics or email headers that match your seasonal vibe? You are selling digital planners. The digital planner, it happens to be pink and green. How about have festive pink and green candles, wreaths, Christmas tree balls, or whatever it is on the email responding to the person who made the purchase? Things like this really do help to keep the mood flowing and get people to remember you. These touches also create unboxing moments, right? Customers love to share their unboxing online. Now, if your box is so pretty they don't even want to open it, that is an achievement. But if it is, even if it's not all this fantastic box, what about the contents and the item that they purchased so far? And you can include a little note inside. We talked about the stickers. These are things that you can do to make that unboxing a special event for them. Really, hello, free marketing. Who doesn't want that? Especially if it's nice product and good feedback from the clients. All right. Next, we want to prioritize customer service with boundaries. So when I said prioritize customer service, I didn't say have 24-hour service because it's Black Friday or whatever it is. We want to set clear boundaries. These are business hours, as an example, and then also provide some auto responses. One example that you can use is state that we're a small business family team. Thank you for your patience as we spread holiday cheer. Replies will be replies within 24 hours. That's our current time frame, or whatever the case may be. You can make it just that simple. So when people email you, you don't have to feel all this pressure to respond immediately because you've already told them in your automated message. Now we're talking about Streamline for automation. Your automated messages giving them the heads up. Hey, you're going to get a response. You're going to get it in 24 hours so that you don't have to start feeling like you got to rush to get to this response. Now, if it's time sensitive, I can understand that it's Christmas and you want to get to everybody as fast as possible so that they can get their product on time or their questions to their answers to their questions in enough time to be able to place that order. So make sure that it is up to your comfortability so that you are not feeling pressured to respond any more quickly than you feel like responding. Okay. Now, there's also the option of the FAQ page, right? We talked about that. You can offer self service help, and that's where you find the answers to most of the basic questions that someone would be asking about your product. It's going to be on your FAQ page, and that's your frequently asked questions page, or the section underneath the product where you may include your frequently asked questions. You can also include your return policy, highlight it somewhere if you've experienced high turnover on your products or high returns, or just because it's the holidays and people might just want to know, just in case the person I gift this to doesn't want it, what is my recourse, what am I permitted to do? So you might want to highlight that again to save yourself a lot of inquiries in your inbox. Then you can also include a product care guide, so that could be on your website in addition to when you're in the packaging that you send with your product, right? Because people are going to ask questions. Oh, can I wash this t-shirt in hot water? I don't know why, but just asking. Depending on what it is, can I put this mug in the microwave? You want to put some product care guidelines on your website or wherever else is needed so that you can cut down the inquiries from your clients, but also potential clients, but also to give them that customer service care that they're looking for. Because if they can't get in touch with you, the next best thing should be your website. And the website should be able to solve some of the questions, most of the inquiries that a potential client would be calling in to get help with. So think about that when you're prioritizing your customer service, okay? Next, we want you to sprinkle in surprise and delight. Now, I talked about before adding some stickers or adding something to care guide. But how about add a small bonus or a digital gift for repeat buyers or larger purchases? Even a holiday affirmation card, mini calendar, or discount for January could really boost the experience. Those extras turn one-time buyers into loyal fans. So that affirmation card that picked me up that they weren't expecting. That's the thing too. They buy a book, they may not be expecting that you're sending an affirmation card or a specialty bookmark, right? So think of those things that are related to your product, but will make an impression so good, a first impression so good that they would want to come back and even refer you to other people. Because people remember kindness more than speed. During the rush, lead with your heart and not with hurry. You're not just sending products, you're delivering joy. And that's how you should feel about that engagement and that encounter when people get your products, especially for the first time. Now, what you can do is choose one way to elevate your customer experience this week. Think about it. What is your current customer journey? And what can you do to elevate that experience? whether it's a packaging upgrade, instead of the brown cardboard that you get some pink or some gold embossed labels, a personal thank you note that you could write and just, or even if you had it pre-printed, right? And just have their, and manually write in their first name. It's not the most personal, but it's with their name on it. And they're like, oh, they can kind of step back for a minute. Or what really gets me is when I get a surprise bonus. So I get this extra. I was laughing so hard because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this? Who ordered this? I didn't order this. I'm thinking I think somebody paid for it. I thought I paid for it and didn't know. I was like, why do I have a pack of eyelashes in this? I'm sorry. I got so tickled with that. I was just tickled. But I received as just a surprise bonus a pair of lashes. Yes, a pair of lashes. Now, do I wear lashes? No. Would I consider it though now that I have a pair? I sure would. Put on some lashes. Why not? But that's the thing. It really threw me off for a minute. But I thought that was just a sweet, special surprise bonus, and so I'm sharing it with you as as the recipient of it. How pleasantly surprised I was, and how you too can pleasantly surprise the people who purchase from you. All right, and then this last part I want to talk about after we've now elevated our customer experience is we want to protect your peace and your profits. Okay, let's talk about the part no one posts about on Instagram, and that's keeping your sanity and your bottom line healthy. Because let me tell you, we talked about if you don't set these customer expectations, and they think they can call you, ping you, and message you all day, all night, you will go crazy trying to answer all those requests at the same time or immediately as upon receipt. So we talked about how we need to set those boundaries, right? Now we want to talk about how to guard your schedule. You can't do every craft fair. Don't even try it. And you may be like, I got all this product, I got to get this product out the door. But you don't need to do every craft fair, every pop up shop, and every collaboration. It's going to wear you down if you try to do that. I know this season is about getting that money, getting that bag. But if you are going to be laid out on the floor next to your products that people done dropped after they saw you drop, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Choose opportunities that align with your goals and give you the highest return for your time, because time is money. And if you're using all of your time going to all of these craft fairs and pop ups that don't produce any sales, then you wasted a lot of time, AKA money. Okay. You want to leave open some days for family, rest, and or worship, because you have to remember your why. You're doing this for your family. So putting your family on a back burner is not, it's like talking out the side of your neck, right? Because you're not spending time with your family and you want to spend time with your family. You're not enjoying free days of just relaxation because you're filling your days up with work. You got to remember your why. Why are you building this business? Who is it to benefit? And most of the time, most people say for their families. But then you could say, hey, for me, for my retirement, whatever it is, remember your why. And remember that if you are constantly working and wearing your body out and not get building relationships and connection, either upward with the Heavenly Father or horizontally with your family and friends, then you are going to be no good to nobody. Okay. So I just wanted to remind you that. Okay. Just think about it. Also, we're talking about protecting your peace and your profits. So I want you to make sure that you're managing your money wisely. Track your spending, whether it be on the packages, the ads, shipping. You want to set aside a portion of your profits now for January restocks or for business upgrades, right? Might want to go from the free chat GPT to the $20 a month chat GPT. I don't know. Canva, you might want to go from the free one to the 100 something dollar one. So, whatever your profits are, you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on them and tracking them so that you can use those to reinvest into your business and into yourself. Don't fall into the whole discount trap either, because if you're discounting too early or too deep into your profit, It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So then it looks like all the work that you did was for naught, because the work that you did was $30 worth of work, but you only charge $20 because, oh, it's Black Friday discounts and sales. Now you might have sold it, sure, but then you shorted yourself $10 on the sale, right? Now, some people, and we're not even gonna get into the strategy of that because there is a strategy. You can sell it short within the whole, sell it short if you have a strong follow up, like an upsell or a one time offer, and then you make money on that and it balances out. But I don't want you to play that game unless you really know how to play that game. So don't fall into the trap of discounting too early or offering bonuses too early. You can offer bonuses or bundles instead, right? So you're going to pay 19, or you're going to pay the $30, but if you pay the $30, I'll give you a bonus. So it's going to be on top of the actual value of the item instead of discounting. Okay. Lastly, I want you to protect your mindset because holiday overwhelm is real. You can get stressed out real quick. So create moments of calm in your day. So whether that be continuing your morning practice of prayer, meditation, journal writing, evening gratitude, or your midday stretch or afternoon walk, whatever that is, make sure that you're including that during this holiday season because it gets really crazy, it gets really busy as an entrepreneur, especially if you're a solopreneur. So we don't want you to lose your mind this holiday season. So make sure that you're protecting it. And we have an affirmation idea for you to consider for the holidays. It's I can manage act success without stress. Now, if you want to repeat it with me, I'm going to say it one more time. I can manage success without stress. My pace is guided by peace. Okay. I can manage success without stress. My pace is guided by peace. Lean into your faith and your community when you feel the pressure. And guess what else that'll help you to protect your peace and your profits? Celebrate every win. We can be so hard down on ourselves, but every order matters. Every review matters. Every repeat customer matters. Keep a gratitude board if you need to, something that's visual. Write your where you can write down your daily wins. It keeps you focused on your progress and helps you to understand that there is no such thing as perfection. You can't serve customers well if you're running on empty. We've talked about this numerous times. Protecting your peace is protecting your business. And when you rest, you reset your creativity, your joy, and your energy for what's next. So, one thing that you can do, schedule one no work day this month. Whatever day it is, make sure you schedule it. And it's going to be a day just for family, fun, or faith and the orders will still be there when you return. So let's recap really quick. This holiday, rush doesn't have to rush you. We want to streamline your systems so that you can simplify and automate wherever possible. Elevate your customer experience. Those small touches create big impact. Protect your peace and your profits because you are the most valuable part of your business. Remember, this season is not about hustling harder, it's about serving smarter. And if you need help organizing your business systems or staying calm while you crush those sales, come on over and join us at the Mompreneur Academy, where we're walking through the holiday hustle, where we offer products and services to help you through your holiday hustle and mapping out your smoothest season yet. So until next time, I want you to keep building boldly, loving deeply, and running your business with grace and joy. You've got this.